YouTube land, what is good? It is your boy, Be Heard, aka Brian, aka Prince, whatever you want to call me. And I could be uploading the 2K video right now, or I could be talking about the Kyrie Irving trade. Not trade, but still a trade, but we'll see how the hip goes. I don't know how long it takes to evaluate a hip, but it's still a process of evaluating the hip. So I don't know the whole sheboing boing on that. But yeah. As some of you may or may not know, yeah, I'm playing on this angle. It's just a talk video. It's a sports talk video. I'm a sports fan. It's a sports talk video. Just let it ride. I don't know if I'm gonna finish the whole gameplay anyway. And these jerseys, these new jerseys right here, these new jerseys right here, how'd I get these? I'm in a season. That's how. So, before you guys ask, I'm in a season. I don't know why we're 0 and 4, but I simulated to play the Cavs, so it is what it is. But as some of you may or may not know, I am a Boston Celtics fan. So it's, a lot of people have been asking me about my thoughts and opinions on this uh, here, and I want to give the full lowdown on it. How that began? I was always sick growing up around the wintertime. Like I think one winter I had like pneumonia. It was pretty bad. Um, so I was never like I never paid attention to basketball like that. Just my favorite sport was football. And then every time basketball season would come on, I'd be sick, so I wouldn't pay it no mind. So, yeah, I don't know, out of nowhere, I looked at Boston and I watched Paul Pierce because Paul Pierce was one of my watched him play. I thought he was a beast. So I was like, I'm gonna like Boston. My parents are like Bulls fans, and I think we're more like we all individually have our favorite football team, but as far as my household goes, but we're all just like fans of players. And I will say this: right before the trade, Kyrie Irving was one of my favorite players just to watch, just how he attacks the rim and how he goes about things. He's a beast, and he's actually rocking my favorite number. So that's kind of like favorite team, favorite player. Wearing my favorite, and it's Nike. I kind of have no other choice but to get a Kyrie Irving jersey. But enough ranting. How do I feel about this trade? Well, we sent a we really need now since we have such a fire backcourt. We sent away a big man. We sent away Jay Crowder, our arguably our best defender, and we sent away Isaiah Thomas, obviously, and then the Nets' first round draft pick to get Kyrie Irving. I think it's an even trade. I don't think there's not like a key. It's because, excuse me, if you think about the trade, we sent Isaiah Thomas, which is kind of funny now that like I don't know if you guys have been keeping up in the news lately, but as far as I'm concerned, the trade might get vetoed because of Isaiah Thomas's hip. They didn't think it was as bad as it's, but I mean it's a hip injury and you're playing basketball. You kind of need your hips to play defense, like to move from side to side. That's important. I mean, Kyrie Irving had some knee problems, but I don't know. Your hip is pretty important. I don't know what you could weigh more than the other, but if you ain't got a hip, that's real bad. But so they're reevaluating the hip, if you will, and they're uncertain about the trade. We'll see if it goes through. I hope it goes through because then if it doesn't go through, I think teams because then it's like we both could have helped each other out, but now we got players that's just angry and probably want trades, and you don't get as much value as you could have, you know. But what's funny too is because it's like Cleveland, he hurt his hip against y'all in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, how do y'all not? Like, that's the only reason we took a game is because like Isaiah Thomas wasn't playing, and so like we had a different approach, so we spread the ball more and stuff like that. I should have passed it to him earlier, but it's like, bruh, like he hurt his hip against y'all. How do y'all not remember that? How do y'all like? He kind of got hurt against y'all. Y'all didn't think it was that bad when he got hurt. I mean, I guess it's one thing to see the injury from afar and then actually evaluate the injury, but you know, I just thought that was funny. But my whole thoughts on the trade is I think it was an even trade. I think that Kyrie has the potential to lead. I think he has a team set up for him. with the acquire Gordon Hayward and his coach. So Gordon Hayward's I feel like gonna be right at home, and Gordon Hayward's gonna be right at home. We got to keep Marcus Smart, who's a huge like momentum player, defensive tenacity, tenacious, just a beast as he scores right there. Just a beast of a player. And then like when you think of Jay Crowder, yes, it's sad that he went. And shout out to Jay Crowder. That's got to be tough to lose your mom, especially and get traded for a team that you played for and things of that nature. But like what was I about to say? Jay Crowder is our best defender. He's a beast of a player. He works hard. He shoots a three consistently. I thought he shot threes well for us this year. But that if you think about it, Jay Crowder is technically a small forward, right? Technically speaking, Gordon Hayward is a small forward, and I think Gordon Hayward is better offensively. He's more of an impact player than Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder, I think, has better defense, but he's more of an impact player. Like he controls the tab 20 every night. Yeah, you know what I mean? He's like a star. He was just in Utah, so I feel like it's like you're a star in Utah, but it doesn't really matter. So with Jay Crowder, and then we drafted Jalen. Not we drafted Jalen Brown last year, and then we drafted Jason Tatum this year. It was kind of just a crowded three position. Unless some guys were willing to move to the two, it was just and it's like there's only so much you could do. So it kind of just made sense. I think that was the most value because like Jay Crowder kind of took a while to get established in this league. I know he played in Dallas. I don't know if he played anywhere else besides that, but he was a. And I just feel like Jason Tatum, even though he just missed that jumper for me, I feel like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown have upside, and a lot of it, especially in the summer league. I know it's just summer league, but they both balled phenomenally for summer league. They looked really good. If we could get those guys in this regular season, I think we're gonna be in great shape. Like I said, Kyrie Irving's going to the number one seeded team. I mean, granted, we only won 2 wins, and granted, it didn't win us the Eastern Conference Finals because it's like for what? But he's going to the number one team who's like built around him as him as a focal point. But then you got a great supporting cast and Al Horford and uh, Gordon Hayward, and then losing the Nets pick. I mean, the Nets are not a good team, but who knows? The Nets could pull it around. I mean, they got D'Angelo Russell, and I feel like they made another move in the offseason. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they could be they have a lot of potential. They could be a decent team. So they could actually do better than. I mean, do I think it's still gonna be a lottery pick? Obviously, yes. I think it's gonna be a lottery pick. I mean, it could be a number one pick, but then that's why like I was looking at Cleveland fans, and it's funny too because Cleveland fans say that they hate us, and we say we hate Cleveland fans, and now everybody hates us because we traded Isaiah Thomas, even though he played 11 hours. It's a business, bro. Like I don't get me wrong, Isaiah Thomas, the person and the player, I'm a fan. I'm still gonna be a fan of Cleveland. I'm hoping because that's why I'm also like I kind of hope he goes to Cleveland because I think he will flourish playing with LeBron James. I think it's gonna be probably his best move. But it's like, yeah, it's a business, bro. Like the Colts, look at the Colts. They gave away Peyton Manning, who was literally one of the arguably the best quarterback in ever, and statistically, not for Super Bowls, but you know what I mean. They gave him away. They let him walk. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like it's like they don't have no loyalty. And Amon Shumpert, like, yeah, it's kind of a business, man. It's either you're gonna protect yourself or the organization's gonna protect themselves. It's one or the other. It's not both for it to be that way. But I don't know. It's funny too because it's like when Isaiah Thomas was playing and like we was getting blown out. And everybody's like, "Oh, see, we told you Kyrie could lock him down. Isaiah Thomas is nothing. He's not a factor. He's this. He's that. He's this. That." But then his sister dies. Then you guys get the trade for him, and then now it's like everybody's on his side. I was like, just be consistent. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to show sympathy for the guy, but I'm saying like just be consistent. Like he is a great player. He's this that, and the third. Everything I said, that I still agree with. It's just funny how everybody switches sides when it's like convenient for them. Like, oh well, he's on my team, so shoot. It's kind of like Kevin Durant. How everybody named Mama called Kevin Durant a snake, but you would gladly take him on your team. I don't care what team you are. I don't care if you're the Cavs. You would take Kevin Durant. Like, don't try to argue this. Please don't. It's just this is foolish to say you wouldn't. But what was I say? Yeah, the Nets pick. That's gonna be a good pick. But I want to say we have like I want to say, I mean, there's only 2 rounds, so I want to say we have like 6 picks within the next 2 years. Maybe even the first round. I know there's like at least 3 or 2 in the first rounds of next year pick alone, so I'm not too worried about it. And then like when you think his last 2 number 1 picks got traded, the only one that did, oh, Jesus Christ, that was a ferocious block. And you gonna hit a three? Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, Gordon Hayward. Yeah, because I mean, Kyrie Irving got traded now, and then Andrew Wiggins got traded. So it's like they're probably just gonna hold it for weight. Because as long as they have LeBron James, see next year's gonna be interesting because you can see what LeBron does, especially with I think Dan Gilbert is his name, the owner. He like he's been endorsing Trump, which I'm not gonna get into a politics view, but LeBron doesn't like Trump obviously, and LeBron's like he didn't really do anything besides his move. Because other than that, he signed Jose Calderon. That was like the only thing Cleveland did. So I feel like LeBron's unhappy with the front office, and the front office is just literally shooting herself. Really, they're just shooting herself in the foot. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. And then, oh yeah, another thing about Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder is a small forward. So unless LeBron's going to the four and Jay Crowder goes to the two or something, or to the three, or like if they unless they want to play big, Jay Crowder might not play that much. Like he really might not, because I think LeBron rested James. I mean, obviously Jay Crowder is far leaps and bounds better than those, but LeBron probably played like not even 2 minutes, and then they gave up a like 7-0 run, something crazy like that in the finals, and then like he had to go back in. Like so, I mean during the regular season, yes he'll play, but I mean playoffs, unless they want to switch the lineup up, he might not play that much. Truth be told, I'm being all the way real, so I don't know. I don't look at it as a bad trade. I don't look at it as like we got now. If the trade somehow gets vetoed and we have to give up more for the trade to still work or whatever to take like an injured Isaiah Thomas, that's the scary part. I feel like that's where we're gonna like lose in this trade. If we have to give up like Marcus Smart or like Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown, oh my God, that is where we're gonna lose a trade. 100,000, 10%. We're gonna lose the trade right then and there. So I pray we don't have to do that. I really do. Oh, I got crossed. Damn. So that's what I'm hoping we don't have to do. Because if we have to do that, it might be GG. Might be GG. But if it stays the same, which I'm almost 1,000% positive it will. I just think it was doing this to stay afloat. Because I think because it was like what Friday they said something about the hip, or like they don't know if they're gonna do something about that, which I understand. But at the same time, if it's like, bruh, like if y'all gonna do something about it, y'all would have did something about it right now. Like I think the trade would have been off. I don't think it takes this long to evaluate the hip. I just think they because it's like Isaiah Thomas wants a max contract. Now his fact he is playing the best basketball he's played in his career probably. Um, I think this is his contract year, so if he plays better, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. Because say LeBron leaves, well now Cleveland. Say as Isaiah Thomas plays well, now you can build around Isaiah Thomas, and you can give him a max contract if LeBron leaves. But if LeBron doesn't leave, then you're not giving Isaiah Thomas a max contract. So I think that's what Boston just didn't want to deal with. Give a max contract to somebody. We wanted to give it to Kyrie Irving because it's like he has a lot of upside. And he's 24. I just looked. It said his peak age is gonna be 25. If Kyrie Irving stays healthy, I think he's by far. And then like just looking at the whole, I'm just looking at the East side, because the West is yeah we ain't gonna talk about that. But just looking at the whole landscape of the East, I think Boston puts itself in a position to where it's really only Boston and Cleveland. Because when you think about the top teams in the East, Wizards is tough. Wizards are a tough team. But they didn't. I don't think they really made any moves. I don't know. I can't think of a single free agent that went to Washington that's gonna really impact. I mean, if John Wall played like he did against us, oh my God, he was playing out of his mind. So I mean, there's John Wall that we have to worry about. There's Bradley Beal. Those are the two deadly combinations. But they didn't sign nobody, so I'm not too worried. I'd take my chances against them, especially if we get Kyrie Irving. I'm Toronto. I feel like nothing's changed with them. Uh, it's funny too because Dwight Howard said he's gonna start shooting threes, and then Atlanta traded him to Charlotte. So I'm really not worried about those guys. Only one I'm really worried about is Cleveland. I think we're the, I think we're the clear cut people to play Cleveland, and that sounds scared to mess at me. But please let me know your thoughts down below. As a Boston fan, I'm happy about the trade. It's just a wait and see. It's just a wait and see. I think the trade went in our favor. But everybody that's Cleveland finessed us, even though we had a whole bunch of draft picks. Because the funny thing, real quick, the funny thing was the running joke was Boston's gonna be good in like 2057. Boy, watch out with all these draft picks that they got. They're gonna be so good when it comes to 2057 and things of that nature. This and the third. That was like a running joke. So now we finally make a power move and everybody hates us. So I don't know. I feel like every sports team and every there's a hater. There's a haters in every group. There's people that just make you look bad in every group. So I'm happy with the trade. I wish Isaiah Thomas the best and Jay Crowder the best. They were beasts of the players. I don't know the big that well, so I can't speak on him. And welcome Kyrie. I definitely think I want to get a jersey. Especially, I actually like the little. I can't remember the company on top of my head. I actually like that logo. It's really nice. I like it. So I actually want to get that Kyrie Irving jersey. Yeah, like the Nike and all. Yeah, yeah. I want to get that. But it's been your boy signing out. Peace.